our analysis before we started the show was about being ruthless, was about the clinical aspect of what is needed at elite level international football. Chances galore tonight. I mean, they were creating chances for fun, as we would have expected, but I come away from the game a little bit disappointed because I would have expected more goals, because I expect elite level footballers like we've got in that England team to be more clinical.
Can't disagree, you cat man. It's a night of bit of frustration. You heard Jesse there, the question that Faye put to him about the most frustrated man there. I think there was a couple. Calvert-Lewin got 2. Should have had at least. Should be walking home with the match ball at least.
Yeah,
that is a complaint. That is one of those. If you're going to look at the game and analyse it as a whole, the biggest disappointment was the amount of chances that went begging. The first half in particular, really, we should have taken the lead far earlier than we did. The chances kept coming, they kept coming. And in some games, you only get 2 or 3. And I think Gareth secretly will be a little bit frustrated, the fact that the scoreline is not higher, because it should have been. Chances were created, 15 shots on target, 30 or 31 chances in total. That, okay, we got 5, but really, in all honesty, matey, give the goalkeeper some credit. That was the game of his life. In particular, Jesse Lingard, there was a standoff between the pair of them. But overall, that's the one block. That's the one thing you look at and say, that should have been, not could have been, should have been much better.
But that's a big block, because we're going into a tournament, aren't we, against the best, the very best. And we're going to come up against better goalkeepers and better defenders and better midfields that are going to stifle the chances, as you've just rightfully pointed out. We're not going to get 30 chances in a game.
Well, that's for Gareth to look at now. Harry Kane been on the pitch. He takes the first chance that Calvert-Lewin had where he's kind of missed.
Oh, mate, that's a bad one.
Harry Kane takes the ball home. Probably he might even, given those chances, Harry Kane probably gets 6 goals tonight. Honestly, that many. That's how good he is. So we do have that striker. The concern will be if Harry Kane picks up an injury, a suspension, or perhaps a lack of form, although that never seems to happen. But what is the backup like? Now, Ollie Watkins came in. He got himself a first goal. It's a great strike. It's a striker's goal. Anyone that's played the game, any striker will listen to this will know he has deliberately stuck that through his legs. He knows that the defender's coming across. He knows that if he tries to hit the target and play it safe, then the defender probably, or the goalkeeper, saves it. He has deliberately dragged that between his legs. That's a brilliant strike. And even though it's against San Marino, and there'll be people saying that it's only San Marino, and rightly so. Yeah. But don't take anything away from the strike, because he has deliberately done that. Calvert-Lewin should have had more, and he's had a great season. But him privately will be, I think, frustrated that he didn't get the match ball. He could have had a hat-trick in the first half, and that's Sterling, could have had more. But, in games like this, you want to see. I was hoping to see double figures here tonight. Okay, I was hoping to see double. And you come away with 5. Okay, it's 5 goals. I don't think Gareth Southgate. The players on the pitch should have done a bit more, for my money, Catman.
And like you say, you come away from that. You've opened them up on countless occasions. There's so many positives, and there'll be people listening to this and going, "Look at these two mourning." No, what I'm doing in particular, I'm looking ahead towards a tournament where you are going to come up against better teams. In a couple of games' time, we're playing Poland, aren't we? They're a better team. They've got a better striker who can obviously finish chances off, and they've got better players that are going to cause us more questions within a game of football. I don't think we're going to get that against Albania, but we will get that against Poland.
But in that first chance, Catman, you're absolutely right. That first chance that Calvert-Lewin has,
he should score.
That might be a chance that comes across, and he might only get one of those all game.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. So look, he got himself 2 goals. Should have had more. But the one blot for me tonight is we were nowhere near ruthless enough. That's a disappointment for me.